Hello and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kristen and I am a stay-at-home homeschool mom to one girl. Today we are going to be reviewing Gather Round's Ready to Read Book 3, Ice and Snow, since we are finishing that up. On this channel we talk homeschool, books, mom, faith, a little bit of everything. So if that is something that you are interested in, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you like homeschool curriculum reviews, make sure you give this video a thumbs up so I can bring you some more of that content. Now, let's talk Gather Round's Ready to Read Book 3. The Ready to Read program with Gather Round. It is new, came out a couple months ago maybe, and we started book 1 as soon as it was released, and we love it. It really is working well for us. So today's video specifically, I'm going to talk about book 3 in the series. There are 4 books that make up the Ready to Read program. Today we're going to talk book 3. But I can do a video on book 1 and 2 if you guys would like to see that. Put that in the comments below. I'll be happy to do a quick review of those 2 if you are looking into the program. So, book 3, and just before we do that, okay, let's talk Ready to Read. So, the program itself is set up similar to the Gather Round's unit study approach, where there is a topic and then all of the subjects are covered under that topic. The Ready to Read program is set up similarly to that, with a focus on reading, and then it does also include math in this program, whereas the other unit studies do not include math. So the Ready to Read program is really all-inclusive. It is open and go, and you don't really have to add anything additional to it. So I do love that, since my daughter is going on 5, and so this works really well for her because it's just a few pages a day and we're able to kind of work through it, and it's not really that strenuous of work or anything like that. So, and I know she's getting a little bit of everything. Does come with a teacher's guide, of course, and then books 1, 2, and 3 all have one student book. So this is their workbook here. And as you can see, it is colored in and it is filled out and all of that because this is our last day of doing this. So we are at the end. But I do have book 4 prepped and ready to go. And it actually is broken up into a student book A and a student book B, because it is a little bit of a bigger book. There's more in that one. So, and there's more in the appendix and stuff too. So she broke that up into a student book A and a student book B. Both books are about this size, so that makes it kind of nice. It's not such a big, heavy book for them to carry. Book 3 is all ice and snow. So we're in Florida, and it is, what month is it? It's May. And so ice and snow is the days of the past, right? Like it's hot here. We're like 80s and 90s most days. And actually right now it's rainy outside. So it was nice to revisit and think of cold, breezy days. That all of the content in here obviously is animals in the Arctic and or in Antarctica. That's the main focus here. So you do cover, trying to get there. So your scope and sequence is at the beginning, and I can do more of a full flip through if you guys would like that. Just let me know that in the comments as well. This is just kind of a brief overview. So each day you're going over an animal. This is the first day, so it's covering the poles. So North Pole, South Pole, Antarctica, the Arctic. And then we get into a polar bear. Each day is, or every 2 days you're covering a different animal, and this is set up where you can do a 4-day-a-week school, or you could do 5 days a week with Friday being the review day. That's kind of how we do it, unless we have something going on during the week that's going to take up our school time. Then we just work through the 4 days of information, and the review day I'll just kind of sneak in on whatever our 4th day is. So we just kind of go with it however it works out. And then they do include some review questions here. That is extremely helpful for my daughter, at least, because sometimes she does get a little wiggly. The reading is very short, but she still can be wiggly. Obviously, it depends on the day. And so the review questions are nice because it just solidifies a few points that we have gone over for that day. And then the review looks like this. And then again, it's got another little reading of what was covered through the week, and then some more little review questions, and then it gives you a little extra activity. Sometimes it's an outdoor activity, sometimes it's a craft, that just kind of depends, and then there is a little prayer down here. We love the Ready to Read program. My daughter is very excited to move on the Savannah, which is the book number 4. What I do like about the student book is the pages don't require a lot of reading from me. Most of my reading is done in the teacher's guide. And then her pages, there are some instructions. I'll see if I can find a good page here. There are some instructions that I have to read to her, but as the book progresses, it requires a little bit more of her each time, and I really love that. So here's a good example. And they all kind of build on each other. So here she had to read the word, write the word, find the word, and then at the bottom cut it out and glue the letters to make the word, okay? And so that's something that she could do on her own. She understood she had to read it, and then she understood to write, find, and then build. So this was a page that she was able to do independently, which I thought was really great for her age. It's simple. Obviously, I'm in the room with her, so if she has questions, she knows she can ask. But this was just a nice little page that she could start to try and do things on her own. And those get increasingly more common as the book goes, which I really love. I like doing things with her and engaging that learning with her, but then also giving her a moment where she's learning how to read and learn and do on her own too. So that's really fun. We are loving this, and she loves the animals. I feel like at this age, animals is what gets their attention, and so it just works. It works really nice. Moving on. Here's an example of math. So again, with the math, they're even using some of the Arctic animals. So this is polar bear, okay? Learning greater than and less than. There are Bible pages, which are cut and paste. What I really like too is it's very open and go. You need scissors, a pencil, a glue stick, and some crayons. Every once in a while, you might need paint or markers. If you choose to do any of the additional activities, arts and crafts, any of those things, you may need some chalk for outside or some very small things like that. But for the most part, we do this as open and go. Because she is a little bit younger, I like for her to just be open. We have our little bit of school time, which generally takes, I don't know, 30 minutes or so, depending on if she wants to read more or if we watch any videos on the polar bears or the penguin or whatever it is. It kind of varies, but generally I would say between 30 and 45 minutes for school, and we're done. And I prefer to leave the rest of the day open for her. We do a little bit of a morning basket binder kind of deal in the morning, and quite honestly, that's just so that I can finish my coffee and eat my breakfast. because when she wakes up, she is ready to go. We are ready to take on the day. And I just need like an extra 20 minutes. So that's kind of what we use that for. There's really no pressure there. It's just fun little things that she likes to do, puzzles. She's got books there that she likes to look through, some library books that she's picked out, just some things that kind of occupy her time a little bit while I finish waking up and getting ready for the day. So, but outside of that and what we do for school time, that's it. She's open for the rest of the day. So I try not to overload this too much because I don't want it to be a not fun thing. She really loves it and enjoys learning. And so I want to keep it that way, and I don't want to get too involved and it kind of push her away from it. So also, as the book progresses, it requires a little bit more writing from them. And then it also gives them the option to draw. As you see here, I don't require her to draw. I do ask that she completes the pasting part. She likes that, so that's not a problem. And I do ask that she write as best she can, but then I don't require her to draw. If she wants to draw and color it in, that's great. If not, that's not a big deal. So that is really nice too, that there are options there. As the book goes, it does require a little bit more writing on each of the writing pages, and so that makes it a little nice. They're building up that endurance a little bit at a time. And then here's a great example too. This is, tell me a story about if you visited Antarctica. So she tells me the story, I write it down, and then she can draw the picture. I love, love, love that, because at her age, she is really starting to get an imagination. And so that makes it really fun. And she likes making up her own stories. And so this kind of just ties it all in together. And then she gets to draw her fun picture to go along with the story, which she always loves that. We also go over some basic phonics and language arts. And so here, we are reviewing capitalization, and the way that they go through it is basically just what should be capitalized, cross it out, write the capital letter. Love that. Super simple for her. It's very easy. And she's getting practice with her sight words, because this week the sight words were the days of the week. And so that's what's happening here. And I love that. It's just a small little nugget of information. And then it's just kind of left there. And then maybe a day or two later, we kind of revisit that. And then 3 or 4 days later, you'll see it pop up again. And it's just very much a rotation like that, which works really nice. It's not an overwhelming amount of information all at one time. And she seems to be doing really good with that. She is responding really well to just small little bits here and there. So I love the way that it's presented. It's not overwhelming. And I think that's my main thing. We have tried not many other curriculums, but we did try another curriculum that's very popular. And while I liked it, it felt very heavy. And it required a lot of reading on my part, which I have no problem doing since I only have one child, but she just wasn't interested. It was just too much. And it wasn't fun for her. With Gather Round, because they are unit studies and because we're learning about a specific subject that has animals and climates and cultures and those things, it really grabs her attention and it holds her attention. And so that's why we were really, really excited about these when they came out. So overall, we loved Ready to Read Book 3. It was one of our favorites. We do have, like I said, the On the Savannah, which is book 4 in the last of the series. We are starting that on Monday. So I can give you guys a quick flip through of that if you would like. Again, just leave that in the comments. If you would like to see a more in-depth flip through really of any of the Ready to Read books, please let me know that. To be quite honest, I have looked on YouTube to see if there really were any, and I did find 7 in all on that channel. She has some really awesome flip throughs of the Ready to Read program, but couldn't really find any other ones. So if you guys would like to see that, I'd be happy to do that. Just let me know in the comments below, and I can get those up for you. And that's it for today. I will talk to you guys soon. Look for the next video next week. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can be notified when that video comes out. Talk to you guys soon.